Immigration is a hot button issue that almost feels unsolvable, and yet there are people out there who have come up with some very interesting potential solutions. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure to be with you.
Well, let's dig right into this because there is so much to this issue. What do you believe, and I know this is a loaded question, but what do you believe everyone is getting wrong about the immigration issue?
Everyone is getting wrong is that you cannot deport every single illegal in the country because we're talking about we don't have the manpower to do that. At the same time, those are hands that we need to grow the economy. And then the other side wants to give path to citizenship to everybody and let them make them be citizens even though they broke the law. Either
Mm.
one is either neither is good. The third is dignity, which is what I'm offering. Letting dignity law, which is the name of the legislation. Bring them out of the shadows if they have been here for more than 5 years. I'm not talking about the Biden migrants. I am not talking about giving those people who have been here for more than 5 years and do not have a criminal record any type of citizenship or amnesty. I'm offering them the dignity status, which is that allows them to stay in the country, go home for Christmas, buy a home, pay $7,000 in fines, pay 1% of their salary for the next 7 years, and to be able to consume and to live a dignified life in the promised land. That's the middle of the road. That's a Solomonic way of solving a 40-year problem.
This Dignity Act that you introduced, what was it? You just described a lot of the different pieces of this that you feel sort of solve the issue and bring it to a middle ground. What motivated this for you?
Well, I am a born again Christian. I am a militant Christian. I believe that this is the right thing to do. It says that in the Bible over and over again. Treat your neighbor as yourself and do not necessarily give them citizenship, but treat them well. And if they have set roots in our communities, we should grant them some type of dignified life. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that they need to have access to federal programs or that they need to vote or that they need to become Americans. I'm just giving them dignity so they can continue working and contributing and helping the average American consumer. Because if you want the prices of your vegetables and your fruits and your hotel rooms when you're traveling for business, or if you want to have a cheap home, you need people putting that together. And those are in those industries, specifically construction, hospitality, and agricultural. Those are the illegals are a major force behind those industries.
When you look out there at what is happening right now, obviously there's a lot of debate around ICE and around the actions of ICE. There's a lot of debate around the New York City mayoral race, which Mamdani won. When you look at that particular victory, what does that signify to you? Do you have concerns about it? I would imagine just ideologically. I'm curious on this
Great
issue.
concerns on the Mondami, but let's go to the ICE. The ICE rates are some of them are unacceptable. I agree with ICE. I agree that you have to kick out the bad hombres. You have to go after the illegals who are criminals. I agree with you. Kick them out with no mercy. If they are murderers or rapists or they are just harming our communities. But I don't agree that you have to kick out of the country someone who's been here for 20 years, has 3 American children that do not have a criminal record, has been picking up the jalapeno peppers in Southern California, or cleaning the toilets in Manhattan, or in the slaughterhouses, or in the dairies, milking the cows and contributing. And it's true, they're illegals, but the guy who gave him the job also broke the law. So then you start into this spiral that I would like to stop. So bring everyone out of the shadows, make them accountable, and give them dignity. So ICE should concentrate their resources on the bad hombres, just like the president said. Now, Mandami, we have a major problem because the Democratic Party has been infiltrated by this nefarious ideology called socialism. Socialism is Marxism, and Marxism is communism. We know because my parents are Cubans. I'm first generation American, and I know exactly what that ideology does to you. It's wonderful in Theory is miserable in practice. So unfortunately, Mondani and AOC and everyone in Congress that has drank the Kool-Aid and thinks that free rights and free healthcare and free childcare and free food in the bodegas, all that is beautiful, but it's unattainable. So if we, the GOP, do not bring the Hispanics to vote with us again, then we do not have enough votes in order to win elections, be in power, and maintain the American way of life.
You know, I have to ask you because you brought that up with your parents and your family and your history. And, you know, what was it? I mean, feel free to tell as much of the story as you want, but what was it that drew you to the Republican Party?
Well, because Cubans in my community, we have sided with the Republicans because the Republicans have never had any type of tendency towards left or socialism. We have a big history with Bay of Pigs. We are a very tight community that has suffered to the maximum of the possibilities what communism does to you. We're talking about not only the Cubans, but the Venezuelans. 8 million Venezuelans fled in the last 25 years because of communism having the largest reserves of oil in the world. So they do have resources. It's just that the ideology is evil, it's nefarious, it's cruel, it's anti-Christian, and anti-American. So we in the GOP have to wake up and bring new votes to our base.
Well, and you know, you're dealing with this issue that, again, it feels almost unsolvable because so many people have tried to, you know, deal with this, attack it, try to find a middle ground even. But you not only have the legislation, you have a new book, Dignity, Not Citizenship. This is a book that is coming out on the 18th, and people can go and get it on Amazon or wherever books are sold. But what are you hoping to accomplish through Dignity, Not Citizenship?
I would like everyone to read what the legislation says. And I thank you for the opportunity to reach out to the evangelical community, to the Pentecostals, to the Christian community in this country, in the United States, and tell them, please go to Amazon, buy the book. Because all we're doing is that we are fixing the most important problem that the country has when it comes to not so much the fixing the most important social problems, what I want to say that we have. We have the number one economy in the world. We have the number one military in the world. We are the best country on earth, the most noble, the most generous, the most naive, and the most loving country. Thanks to the founding fathers and the fact that the Lord Almighty, the providence, the divine, was the one who set the foundation for this wonderful American exceptionality and experiment. And it's our duty, specifically someone coming from this community, the Cuban-American community, to give back to this country who gave my parents and my grandparents and my ancestors everything we have. And look at me, I'm the American dream in one generation from exile community to a member of Congress. So I know the community, I know the Hispanics. Hispanics are the largest minority in the country. Hispanics are the fastest growing population in the United States. We need to bring them to the GOP. And I'm doing all I can, and the Lord Almighty will be the one finishing this job. And I assure you that he will. And Trump, who I've always told him, Mr. President, the same God, the Most High, who saved you from death in Pennsylvania, is the one who will enlighten you, sir, to give dignity to those people and not only save the American economy, be able to bring in billions of dollars, because we're talking about $7,000 in fine. We're talking about 1% of their salary. That is more than $1 trillion combined, and will help Social Security, that it's almost in bankruptcy, and Medicaid. This is the Solomonic, and I'm sure he'll sign it. I have no doubt. He's an intelligent guy, comes from construction and hospitality. He knows that there are bad hombres, but there are also good hombres. And those are the ones we're going to try to preserve.
You know, you already mentioned this before, but I want to make sure I give you a chance for the book. Where do you want to point people to go to get
Amazon? They can go Amazon, Dignity, the Dignity Law. It's right there. I think I have it right here. So Dignity, Not Citizenship. And I will explain to you what it says, the truth about immigration that no one is telling you. So I lay it out in a very simple terms, very simple terms. So I would love everyone to acquire it and do what the right thing to do, the Christian thing to do, the American thing to do.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time
Of
joining us
course, and
today. Thank
thanks
you
to
so
you.
much.
Of course, and God blesses us. You know, we are blessed by the Almighty, and we love Him. And I thank you.